studio guest earlier. We the Chief Minister, Dr. David Sengeh. We the studio for can talk on plenty things, including governance. As in the chairman steering committee for Tripartite, we can talk about the steering committee for Tripartite. We talk about the rest formula price where government come with, and we also look at the launch of the feed saloon strategy on fisheries and marine resources. Good morning, Chief Minister, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon, again.
Thank you. Good morning.
I just highlight a lot of things or series of things that we get for look at, but make we start first on the work them way you do the ministries, department, and agencies them this BNT. What's gonna be the reason for them work them day?
Oh, thank you so much. I usually go out in the field. They engage plenty ministries often, and then they kind of state house, but many times they go out. It's not always that they're on camera. The reason we bring some camera and highlight this last week. Now we also want to make many people then they see how government will be happening. We want to see, show people them, may they ask question, more get a true reflection, and on the spot check also they give you a different perspective. Would they learn plenty about what's they happen at their institution, and they would they interact with citizens, and when we go out in the field, and they give you a better perspective that they make every now and then we can do on the spot visits in our ministry there.
Alright, the first side where you go get for do with you first ministry, I mean the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. Waiting so far you find out.
Yeah, so I start now the New England complex. We get about 5 ministry there within a New England. We get basic education, tertiary and higher education, social welfare, labor, and works, even in environments there around. But so I've not been going environment that last time. I go in 5 ministry then they. Now Ministry of Education, one planet in where I go to see, especially in that ongoing Badia project. Government they construct a new administrative building for MBSSE and MTHE, so that then we will bring the all two together in one house and bring all the different departments there, because we believe in lifelong education from childhood, in early education all the way through death, but basic, senior, and tertiary and higher education.
So you're satisfied with what you see so far?
No, the project delay. There were many. The Badia project itself, the procurement been delayed, but currently some lots then they were well on track. This particular lots now MBSSC headquarter being careful, take extra time because you get one high tension cable within that pathway there. So they been careful move the building so that it not go touch the high tension cable, and that get for change the dimension. If you change the dimension, you get for do plenty design work, plenty other structural work there. And also the land they, because na 7-story building, within how the foundation being for they different, so they may get for go 2 floors down for car park ultimately, and for all that thing there. Delayed, but with the hope say the contractor will catch up on time within a year. Hopefully then we don't done that building there.
Okay, away from the Badia project, you say started worker now the New Englandville complex. We get Ministry of Works and Public Assets, you get labor, you get basic and higher education and other sectors then. In a whole, what in findings now the ministries, department and agencies, yeah, now the complex for before we go to other places.
So the social the ministry then where you name so now social service sector, service delivery sector, so social welfare, where I go there and meet the ministry, they plan the senior management meeting with some of them partner them, and you don't see how they organize the Hajj business with the VP's office. They don't put structure there, they don't put training there, they don't put discipline and credibility and respect on the Hajj business. We go na labor and we go through the different units then, and in higher education as well. We talk about some of the partnership that we don't only do, the loan scheme, works, one part the idea then we get with works, and at this time make it fine for go out because you they interact. Now that they get about 500 quarter them, and within we say we for do now that we for GIS then one and they digitize them, and in all of them places then the government's been on deploy some biometric facial recognition thumbprint system. They all work, all functional, but I realize say the HR not necessarily use them for, well, in one of the ministry and they use them for some of the other ministry, then the HR now they use them for take action or for monitor whether people then they can't work late or how then they go, and ultimately engage with them and other ministry then other entity then say where you get biometric system for check-in check-out. Government not deploy them more so that we look fancy, we deploy them so that we able get accountability for each individual. That I mean one of the major takeaways. But overall, the service delivery institution within New England, they actually do their work.
You think they deliver to satisfaction?
Then they deliver. I mean, I was very happy with what I saw. There not be no say at the complex, and it was they were all hands on deck when I can.
And you make mention of one of the ministries we go waka now works. You make mention of government quarters, and recently we do a report we get for do with 1 quarter we concern the bots we na the Bo government quarter or railway compound. We recently they evict government workman and build church. We are aware of that in this waka we go na the place.
No, this not come up in the waka, but I don't hear about them because I listen to the news.
What in governments they make up situations like that, or what in don't be steps so far as chief minister in situations like that?
I think say usually government decision not to just one person they make decision, and there are different layers where they make their decision, and they to the public and to, if you just take her in an instance say they not evict person, they don't transform a quarter, a space into something, it sounds really really bad, but I don't think say often process not don't go through. I'm sure then don't go through the due process and do due diligence for make sure say waiting happen then do it the right way.
Alright, you same also go na SLRSA and SLRA. Waiting again you find out that are two important institutions in there.
You know, for me, I was really lucky because I learned a lot from SLRSA and SLRA. Two things we I learned at SLRSA. Then a perfect example of waiting to happen where government institution partner with private sector. Government not get plenty money always for invest and for optimize for service delivery and efficiency. Then partner, two examples. One they may get one garage where they do, and it not being always they at top par, but then partner with one private sector with all the spare parts. Then they invest, then they train people them, and then they repair government motor car them and any other motor car them. The second one then partner with another private sector partner where they can test motor car them for make sure say then road worthiness before they give them life card. Try from me understanding where you go they take long hours, they don't even do one, but now then they do all the life card process within half an hour. It sounds like any sign at the best sign of the world. Now like if you go to the DMV in America or you go UK, where you reach there, you push button, the service where you want, you go, you take name, paper, it tell you sign for go pay, you count that code, you put that inside, you go sit down wait, then call your number and you go done. I also see say usually we can hearing more SLRC don't go catch boku bike them or boku keke them. I go see them at the place. You see say boku man na to them blacksmiths then and they go make them people then they able know. All them system then they securitized and digitized and efficient. So I've been glad for sitting in the SLRC. The second thing we observe, which is also true now, SLRA is that then the people there, they don't did it for years. So it easy. I mean, the young man with the SLRA say James. Now they intern as an engineer. Now they don't work from way down college. They grew up through the ranks. The DG now SLRA, they don't did it 23 years. Yeah, all then technical. The average age, time spent. Same for ACC, by the way. The average time spent by employee, we are 15 years, 20 years, and the perception usually now that governments don't change all, man, which is not true. And at SLRA, one of the things that we have been really glad about, because we don't hear plenty fake news about IMF don't say governments don't spend $67 million per road. We know they, and this largely a position the misinformed people.
Right.
But we see saying that SLRA they don't build 17 bridges inside this 5-6 years. They don't build 418 kilometers of road. This not to say na road we don't start. So this na road who they count from 2018 to now, and you they see the actual evidence of productivity.
Chief Minister, on the issue of the IMF, not to opposition reason, like a journalist reason.
But opposition.
So why attribute them to opposition?
Because honorable the minority leader, me and don't argue online, me and don't talk about phone, they don't say than they plenty thing.
So they deny say IMF not cut off salary in any way?
Absolutely not. We there in a program, and we need for make sure say we stay in that program. And within they say fake road then, like I say 418 kilometers of roads, 17 bridges, 9 this government don't build. For go now, I can say people that will go Limbaya. One day from where we form Falaba district, government's not been done put their facility then there. The people in Limbaya, the NSF matter to we. The people in Falaba, you know, right that it will take 6 hours for Komo Kabbalah, Tego na Falaba.
Okay.
Government, 9 for put infrastructure. The road way they from Kabbalah, Tego na Limbaya, Tego na Falaba, and hopefully one day we will reach Namongo, as President say, we need for Mecca. And the road way they from here, Tego Kailan, Tego Koindu, we need for Mecca. The road way they are Tego, Banda Juma, Tego Pujan, we need for Mecca. Salon, na one pan, the only country then, now West Africa, we don't we then they call them cross boundary roads, cross country roads. You dey able come on Balamuya Tego Solima Pantara Road. You dey able come on Freetown Tego Koindu Pantara Road. These are not small feats. You go now the neighboring country then, that is not true.
Chief Minister, so when last you check Koindu Road?
It's
because it's yet to be completed.
Yes, but it's ongoing. You left 12 kilometers for reach there, so they on track, but we don't make plenty progress.
Right.
And if you ask anybody, we don't travel go na Liberia, we don't travel go na Guinea. The one thing we then go see Salon a road there, then good. And there's also the misperception that now the former president and I make road there. The former president make road there, he make road there we then being loud butter. But like I say, in the last 5 years, we don't make 17 core large bridges. We then make another 8 more in places we bridge in one day. We don't make 418 kilometers of road, and we get many more where they go on. So yes, we not human capital governments. We not being say we not road though they make, but we actually don't make road and bridges quantitative definitively past them one day we've been saying that in priority.
Alright, Chief Minister still get for do with road and IMF. Recently we see allegation wherein they say them pay about $67 million to Alimu. Is it true?
I don't know how much they don't pay Alimu, but like I say, then one day where they say allegation, then one day reach now Kabbalah, then one day go from Kabbalah to Mongo. Then one did one.
So you're not aware of this particular allegation wherein they say that because of that IMF.
So that's misinformation. IMF, if we all read what's in IMF then say we get spending we would have been planned for. And then spending then they yes now and roads infrastructure. We as the people now we did determine what thing we want. The people in Namongo and Falaba they matter to we. they need for get road. The people there where they put on, they matter to we. They need for get road. The people them where the bridge na Kamakwe we broke. Yes, we dey honor. It costs money to make. We have to make it for our people. So we as a government understand, say, yes, we were in a program, we get spending priorities. But if we know, say, we want to bring services to people in Afalaba, we owe it to them for make sure, say, we make that road there. And nobody, then people then they say, oh, the money will say go. They don't want the original in Baya.
So Chief Minister, you say
sorry on this, and it opens up the agriculture. It opens up so many things.
Yes, cumulatively say President Biodon make more roads than president. Is that the case? If I get you well.
I say President Biodon make 418 kilometers of roads, 17 bridges. That verifiable. I don't know how many kilometers road former president make as his flagship. And me and the honorable when they talked the other day, I see list all the roads they would on list and all the bridges and they 418 kilometers started in this period to now, and there's going to be more.
And the criticism against government in terms of infrastructure now that most of the roads them we government meet their own projects still get challenged. Plenty of them. One at the Falaba Road, you see the Kamakwe Road, you see the Mongo Bendugu Road, and you look at
Falaba Road.
You look at the one for Gubon. These roads still not completed for 7 years.
It's a very good point. So road business are actually SLRA, and I go engage SLRA. There are 3 types of ways in which you fund road. One, now through development partner. The major one then, like Badia, AFDB, so the road for Bukwendu, AFDB, Badia, the road like the Bond Road, and then you get other one there where that GOSL government now self they pay for their roads. Then the Falaba Road now this government self they pay for it. The Pujon Road now this government self they pay for it. And then you get a third component where not through private sector. So private sector can say I want to make this road, and then you go pay we in the future. These are 3 ways. So if delay there because contractor, because Badia, because development partner, those are delays. If delay there because na government money, now they pay. We not go to say at one length, oh governments don't say for make the road. They will say back, hey governments they make roads then boku. Right. It doesn't add up. We believe that we must invest in infrastructure for our people because when you make road, agriculture they did it, development they did it. People don't the free time go down at them village then. People they not been the Komoya go Falaba regularly. Right. But now then they able to do that.
Okay. Chief Minister, quickly before we take break, still on the IMF, is it true that they don't suspend their support to Saloon?
It is not true. We are in a program and then till we say we need to do corrective measures explicitly. So what is true is that we spend past how much they feel so for don't spend.
On roads.
How
much government don't spend on roads so far?
I don't know, but I don't tell you say we don't make 418 kilometers of roads and 17 bridges. And then they now for be the headline, say this government here, they open up the country, they allow people then for go access agriculture, allow people then for this link on services, maternal mortality. It puts him in the Falaba, it get Bele, it get emergency, it one can Kabbalah hospital. It they take hours for them to die in the road. Right. So if government spends $67 million as an example for make road, we go make and say a person get Bele na Falaba, it did now take 1 hour or 2 hours for car. For tell government.
This $67 million a which road?
Now I just reference say you say $67 million, but I know say the contractor when they talk about they make plenty road in this country, not to just one,
including
the Falaba Limbaya Road. The Kabbalah Limbaya Road, where people then they criticize. They're not even Sabu side and they like say then people then they know the parts of Saloon.
Okay.
But important for me we understand, say, for Sierra Leoneans in general. I want to talk about IMF in general.
All right, Chief Minister, we come to IMF. Let we take a short break. When we come, we continue for look at more issues we get for do with road. Along the continue, still inside the studios, we get the Chief Minister, Dr. David Sengeh. Before we go for that break, that you mentioned, you want for wrap up on the IMF before we start for look at the Tripartite committee. But again, almost on a suppose for spend, we want to overspend where IMF concerned about.
Look, it's not a specific number. It has to do with expenditure and revenue. There are targets within the setup for each one of these. But I think what I want to say, plenty man wouldn't just say IMF, not really understand how IMF program they work. Then get complex span the definition there. And then feel say this is not 1980 Argentina or 2010 Zambia. This is not Salon 2025, where the leadership of this country get respect and they sit down with any partner and negotiate and discuss terms. IMF program then, like this extended credit facility and other plenty countries and they would in IMF program more. But when they agree on specific targets, and then targets and they will not meet a conversation again. When they agree on conditionalities, I don't hear you people then they talk plenty. Oh, these IMF when I just depend these, then they pull teacher there. It's not true. Not in Sierra Leone. In Sierra Leone, every conditionality, every development priority targets where we set. Now we as governments, they say we want that in alignment with waiting important for we, whether not on gender, whether not on children, whether not on governance, whether not on electricity or legislation. So we they set them targets then they and then condition then they because we believe in good governance. Not so posting we will not get complex span somebody within our Washington. Maybe not so we been there trade, but not to we, not to other country. Then we then they say, oh, we'll not pay teacher then. You know they not happy now. I've been just one for, cause Bakuma we can see them they read online. They don't read some book na 1980 how conditionality make South America country then go down. Not to that they happy now. We get targets them. We able for meet their targets there, and sometimes we don't. And the reason we make it important, because it's very important for the program. Salon been at this program here during the last government. Now President Bill Campus in the program, and they don't in this program for years. The reason we make it important for the program, now in a precondition back for making World Bank give budget support. Now in a precondition for making EU not been give budget support for a long time, but the need for CC on a day within these revenue collection and expenditure targets for able to make them say I want a credible government. So yes, it's important that we fit those. But I know how many people then feel say then just they tell we governments left and right to for do.
Okay. Rounding up on this issue of donor fund. Rounding up on this issue of IMF donor support and roads. You make mention of the roads them where you see the presidents don't be constructed under President Moinina, and also bridges. Not be specific. All them roads, bridges we mentioned. Is it government-funded projects or not donor fundings, or included all EU projects, World Bank and other projects there?
From 2018 to now, 418 kilometers of roads, 17 bridges, and more. Waiting, I want to say, this break down into development partner, donor partner, loan, private sector, and government. Many of them, even actually all of them, even the development partner one, then government still they pay government contribution they. No road not they where they happen in which government contribution not they. So even if you take loan from Badia or from African Development Bank, government contribution there. Even if you get support from other policies like EU, so government contribution there. So government money they go panande, and we would continue for spend, social spending, service spending for opening the country, for make people learn. President Bill say infrastructure, human capital development, social spending, and infrastructure, for opening up for agriculture, and for making more people there, inclusive development.
All right. Now let's look at the tripartite where you're not chairman. How far with that?
Very well. Again, and I only did mention these things because they're real. Me and the minority leader the other day, I see go ECOWAS. They go say to ECOWAS, oh, nothing really happened with tripartite. You know the CAR meeting, first of all. It's the same person, but you know the CAR meeting.
In the part of the committee?
Yeah, it's the part of the committee, but you know the CAR meeting.
So you know when they attend any meeting?
No, you know they attend meeting. But it's the same person. I don't know if that person is the briefer or not. But if person is not the briefer, it's not on me. So if you can't say nothing really happened, you go talk on ECOWAS, you're doing, and at this Atela, you're doing injustice to your country because you project something we know they happen. The tripartite steering committee, the government set them up, inclusive of all the mayor then, inclusive of chief then, 3 chiefs, National Council of Paramount Chief, civil society, media, all man did it. And would they show up, would they track what's going to happen? In the last steering committee meeting where we see say the AG report on the constitutional review. You know they just change law them inside one day. You get for prepare the law them and put them into package. So if you go say nothing they happen, but then they fail for say the AG don't put the constitutional review, the public election laws, they don't put all that's in there, their ongoing laws upon the 80 recommendation, like for persons with disability, that law they change. I am information, then they change the law there. All they go on at the same time. If you see, and today with President Bill, they go get the independent functional and management review of EMBs where we do. All man at President Bill now been talking inside state opening of parliament say because they no one day do independent review of ECSF from more than 4 months. It's a whole day where they make palaver and hala about this institution. In say, may then go do independent review and it sets up that committee there. It been they back on the tripartite committee recommendation.
All right.
And the US government, 9P IFES, when are the leading international body for electoral systems, and then work with the PAF, PSRU, Public Sector Reform Units now, then go outside of this country. Then read all the, then not they would not open for them. Then they don't do that independence review there. Then been presenting at the last steering committee. Today we go present to His Excellency because now being asked for this.
Right.
And then the different partner them, the civil society, the other people, and then self only do them work. So the steering committee work, they go fine.
Right. Yeah, we are saying the opposition still gets concerned
about what?
How wanna come about for pick a specific somebody we not go look at her. Then see they know we are.
Again, if I don't know that. So this is the
APC
point.
party.
Yeah, APC party get representation inside the steering committee. If APC party headquarter na Hanaben Kakuka Street, no they talk to the leader, minority leader, because in no they go meeting, and not to be fault. Government will get for happen. And if the representative were in the send for go now the steering committee, you know they brief and food. Okay. So wait, I beg, sir. Now this last meeting, yeah, the APC, the mayor say, oh, one pan the recommendation from the steering committee, enough for happening, then get the out panel. Then the other one, it say the steering committee, no, the tripartite president for set up a body, the parliament for supervise ECSL. Now we say, there's already an existing, and if I be headed by an opposition, there's already an existing body in parliament for governance, and guess what? Headed by the opposition. Now say MP, you know that I say, well, last time it not been headed by the opposition, this time you don't know. You not MP, not parliament you there. You don't know whether if you a member now in the head committee.
What are the honorable?
I know. So APC.
So they think say miscommunication don't they between the committee or member them na the APC?
I don't know if that miscommunication or
because
misinformation.
The minority leader not they attend the meeting. I think the one is it a miscommunication and not they get the right information.
I know what you want for to tell people there, because all man know say governance committee there where they do broad governance. But all man know say that APC person are in the head.
But this committee. Governance committee not start work yet.
Na parliament?
Yes, for the tripartite.
Yeah, no, the governance committee with the recommendation of the tripartite. We say for make medens, what didn't they say? For make medens supervise or monitor ECSL. So then they work, then they monitor broad governance issues, and then they continue for work in parliament. And like I always don't say, we know they for broke the law. Parliamentarian then they do what in parliamentarian they do. We're independent or interdependent.
Okay.
We know they tell them what in for do.
Now look at the timeline for all the reforms here, and also the recommendations, the implementation get timeline. How now do they work for achieve this timeline also? We did for the issues here because we did close to election period, and then review for done before election.
Every timeline from the day where this issue misunderstanding happened, we don't meet her. Where we set up the agreement for national unity, we set a window for set up a tripartite committee. We set up a tripartite committee during that window there. We set a period for which the tripartite committee for done their work. We done our inside that period there. We give ourselves a time for make them publish independent functional review. We do our inside there. Nothing a day where we not only do within the timelines then with it. But to your point, election they can. APC know they cry wolf and foul, and then they want for advantage here, then they want make say then a victim ubaya, then you cannot eat your cake and have it. You have to be at the table, you have to show up and actually take leadership, which is what they are not doing. And this is the problem, because then go can then hala go talk pool press. Look at this press with them pool say redistricting. So, and I see the mayor writes too. Well, the mayor has no authority actually for question whether redistricting they happen. None.
But that's union.
We have
like any other possibility.
Yeah, but that's not authority. You can question, but you don't have the authority. Look, the press release will come up from there. It is misguided. It actually they lead to the division within the country. What's not the process for redistricting? The process for redistricting, now that you look at the data, statistics from Statistics Sierra Leone, you look at the need for bring services to the people before they form Falaba district. Now one grade school, secondary school, I mean in our entire region. They like today we get more schools there. This Limbayaro road they talk, but enough for don't ever lay down at that place if we not been get district, we not been get new district. They not for don't get services where they go there. So then people they're not to the motor man there. It was a good idea then by APC. We glad it for them. We tell them.
But according to the Minister of Local Government, it say it not maintain place because the APC not meet PPR. So if in the sedan they don't say APC maintain,
that's your misunderstanding. Wait, it was a good idea to redistrict. It's always a good idea for bring down your population services. The implementation will have been poor. What thing we don't do is that we look at the data from statistics. Not to one census more look at all. Now, APC then they say, oh, this 2020 census, so they may hala, but now they want for use again. They say they don't want to do other census. How can you take your people so for granted that you cost all my for the last census? Now you say you don't want new census. How? So we look at the census data. We look at the demand and services data. We look at the population density. We look at how to bring services to the people. And then we sit down, not just in one day. We go do what's called ground truthing. We understand, we engage people there. Then they make like in one day you read this. Not true.
Okay. Continue to stay with me, Chief Minister Dr. David Sengeh. We come to you. We look at more issues inside the program, Usman.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program. We take one of headlines to read them outside. The first time bank governor, Professor Kelfala Kalon, don't allege say the current bank governor, Dr. Ibrahim Stevens, don't pay himself pension where he still in office. it make the allegation here in our interview with the democracy, we immediately talk about the thing them, we immediately happen, we it describe as corruption, we immediately fight against during the term within our office. Professor Komon-Tok more to Musa Kamaris on this interview.
The feature on this way at me is that the current governor, where we've been renewing, when he was deputy governor, I recommended for him to be renewed. A request for let we pay in pension for a first term. Now I said, let's look at the pension policy. The pension policy means say where you don't done your service, where you don't retire from the bank. Now that time they then for pay you pension. So I tell her, say, you have just been renewed. You have not retired, and therefore I cannot pay you a pension at this time. But for clarity, the bank is owned by the government. So let's send the policy to the Attorney General. Let give me legal advice as to whether a client go agree, let pay you at this time. I sent the policy to the Attorney General, Priscilla, at that time. Dr. Priscilla Schwartz. She responded that he is still working at the bank, and therefore he should not be paid a pension. After he don't become governor, he don't pay himself the pension.
It's a big allegation.
It's not an allegation. It's on the record. Now himself said, tell me when we were in a meeting with the chief minister and the secretary to the president, he said, I don't get me your money.
So he pays himself?
Yes, which is the worst form of corruption. When you use state power to nine money and go get time when the time is right. But he knew he has a letter, because that letter Dr. Schwartz sent to me, a copy. He knew that this was wrong. Enough for doing. But he go ahead, because he is governor, and pay himself.
That's now in pension we've been there as deputy governor.
Yes.
4 more years.
5 years at first, and then I don't know how many years it was, and maybe 4 years, so for 9 years. The point is, the years don't matter. Nobody pays you a pension anywhere when you get promoted.
So you cross-check, say, really, the bank governor not being the joke. Now, you mean I say don't pay?
I know that he got paid.
What is your position now, Prof? Is it your own payment or the bank governor pay himself? And you think that the current bank governor gets anything or any hands, you not receiving your money in the direction where you want to? Is that the situation?
So the point I am making is you cannot say, oh, the policy is this, we can't do this, we can't do that. Oh, now so we've been done to pay previous governors. Those previous governors were not professors. They did not read the English language as clearly as I do. The point is, he is still serving the bank. Because he is still serving the bank, he is not due a pension. He had requested this before, and it was turned down, and this was supported by the government's chief legal advisor. Now, just because he is the governor, even the deputy governor will approve that payment, it break the law. Because the policy is very clear.
Who does approve payments in the bank?
Well, it depends. For accountability and transparency, I as governor, if anything they affect me, not go approve. It will be the deputy governor, the second in command. Anything else with anybody else, they approve. So in this case, the request will be made by the director of the Secretary's Department and then brought to the deputy governor, the first deputy governor. And then that deputy governor would approve that request and the payment will be made. I wrote a book on corruption. And I know that corruption, the most basic definition of corruption is the use of state power to satisfy self-interest.
So what do you want at this moment?
The fact that I don't pay himself has nothing to do with my own situation. It's just a symptom. I spent 5 years trying to get this kind of thing out of the bank. And within 2 years after I've left, it's creeping back, And there are other instances that I may have to deal with in my book and that makes me remember what Pak Ababe once told me. He said, I left Agona Salon for 11 years. I try all things, I put things in place so that waiting being caused we forgo pan war will not go ever happen again. He said, this Bobo don't come well in 5 years.
The program Good Morning Saloon they continue where that's now the bank governor, first time bank governor, Professor Kelfala Kalon they explain. The reporter Musa Kama inside the interview say allege say the present bank governor, we now Dr. Ibrahim Stevens, don't pay himself pension where he's still in our office and all the it's in a corruption. Before we can look at another issue, Chief Minister, you name call on this interview wherein you say you are aware say the bank governor present Dr. Ibrahim Stevens don't pay himself pension.
Say inside the meeting with the man talker, and I'm a member waiting all people then say during that meeting, but I don't depend several meetings for address within the governor say. I find it really unfortunate within governor say.
Why is it unfortunate?
Because it is his opinion. He's making allegations that may not be true. He's maligning other people's character. He's making references to war and the level of corruption within the. I find it very distasteful and very unfortunate. Where there are processes to follow, we must follow it. But on the issues, look, we know they can't air government challenges. Me and Indon talk plenty on this matter. Then pay her. In salon account, it's a no they go pay an American account. You cannot like what it's that is legal for me them pay an salon account. But you cannot require that they for pay in a American.
But the law say we said the person wants let them pay and they them for pay.
It was an account that was established here. They paid it in his account. In a one day. It's not a problem that they did that. And this idea that because in a professor in don't read, you can't. I mean, the other governor they don't sabi read laws or they know. So I find it unfortunate that somebody when a government official go say that day. And this is the part where I'm objective. Yes, not SLPP. Yes, I'm looking at this government. But I find what he said. I know they come back.
The allegation and a serious allegation.
So may it go to ACC.
As Chief Minister, you go able for set up committee or look into the allegation there with the former bank governor don't say
corruption charges. Not to Chief Minister to deal with the Anti-Corruption Commission with the strengthening with state institutions. If former bank governor feels say corruption happen, they encourage him as a good citizen of this country for make a case and send and go Anti-Corruption Commission.
Government ready for pay in pension and US account or we said they don't pay and so now they left.
Not to in detail government how government for do.
But
they don't pay
according to the
account. So may it transfer. We get government switch right now. All the bank they online. Governor, former governor, if you want to transfer money from his salon account to American account, they will do how.
But he said they afraid for allegation of money laundering.
Oh, come on. It's called a switch. It's called, we all get accounts there overseas. Yes? We all get, may it transfer. Now with what President Bill don't do with financial inclusion, you're able to put money in your mobile money accounts if you send out your accounts to America. So if government get money in a salon account, inside one day, it is done by phone. It transfer. The fact that I know do that day means say it just that day now mean by I find it distasteful.
Alright, as we wrap up on this issue, it make another allegation wherein we don't tell government they want to cut down the way on the travel, and that affects the country seriously.
I think when you speak from a misinformed position and maybe aggrieved, you can say that day. The kind way we like always multiple President Bill in travel. President Bill go China. They come with $50 million for the stadium renovation. They go China. They come with $55 million for the how you call it, for the harbor. Where did they? They go China. President Bill travel to China, and how much did it cost? More than $100 million. President Bill go London. Now BII don't. However many times they go London. BII don't commit for make Sierra Leone an investment country for put 100 million inside it. President Bill go America. US DFC don't mix one of Salon one of the highest investment country than I am. So governor, within former governor one for say it is a misinformed, limited view for say we need for change we mindset about waiting and how we country they. We country the UN Security Council. We country at the head of CTE. We country actually get convening power with plenty other countries not getting at the world. But we lack this mentality for you on a plane, na risk every time. Na risk who presidents they take for bring investment, for bring good people there, for bring opportunity there. So if somebody like her, we unfortunately they reduce this travel as into expense budget line item, I find again misinforming and unfortunate.
Okay, we want for inform the public, say we try to get the current bank governor and Bank of Saloon on their allegation there, so but they say they put themselves together for response to the first time bank governor. The program is still listening to the Good Morning Saloon. It comes to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Anytime from now, we join the opposition leader in parliament, Honorable Abdul Kargbo. We say he will respond to some of the allegations them we chief minister is say make against the program. But as we wait for the call chief minister, or would you wait for the technicians then for connect Honorable Abdul Kargbo, make we look at the tripartite, the steering committee and the recommendations there. Our government ready for implementing them before we look at other issue?
Government ready 100% for implement everything. 100%. Not in the way we say we do, we don't want to do. Nothing. Not the way. This independent review of the election monitoring process. Now President Bill, now inside, not supposed to tell her. Now inside Parliament, State of the Parliament, now it talk her. It say it want to make and review the electoral monitoring body. And now today they make the reports public. And here's the thing about the report. From 2005, where they make the largest recruitment, like ECSL, now only replacements and they do. Enough people are not there today within they recruit. Okay. So this is an important point. Okay. We prepare and ready.
Chief Minister, only done there. We joined the Honorable Abdul Kargbo, the opposition leader in Parliament. Mm-hmm. We want to respond to some of the things that we say you make against them this morning. Good morning, Honorable Abdul Kargbo, and welcome to the program Good Morning Saloon.
Good morning, and thanks for the opportunity for the voice to this conversation.
Yes, we get Chief Minister now the studio. We talk about the Tripartite Steering Committee and the recommendation or the implementation of the Tripartite recommendations them. And you name be mentioned as the representative, but you need to attend meetings. These and other concerns then come up. What in a response to them?
Well, firstly, the Chief Minister talked about the representation at ECOWAS. And not only go talk on a 98.1, he called me. He called me, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? They questioned me, say, we make her forgo talk this, we make her forgo talk this. But I make her categorically clear to her. I say, he as Chief Minister, not if get right for regulatory need to talk as Member of Parliament. He appoint the appointer. Me na elect the elect me. And I advise and say, no, did the last ever call me on issues we get for do with the representation. I am not accountable to him. I am not answerable to him. Now, when we go to the crux of the matter, where we say we need to attend Tripartite Committee meeting, how on earth, Parliament decision Tuesday, you go call Tripartite meeting Tuesday, then you want to left Parliament, we will get critical issues then for discuss, for now go the meeting. I say no. Now get somebody when a senior member of Parliament, when a Dr. Unfonso Jikoroma, let him go the meeting so that continuity go there. Sometimes they call Tripartite meeting, ECOWAS Parliament they meet, another day. So now get somebody where a senior member of Parliament where they go there. Now, what they are talking about ECOWAS Parliament and where I go always remain for talk. Now that in the resolution, not for the Tripartite Committee first, because the Tripartite Committee, now the resolutions now give back to the Tripartite Committee. In the resolutions, they agree say government for release all the one the way they arrest with in elections related matters. As we talk now, we get comrades of the APC. We're still then at jail. When during, before or during or after elections, they arrest them. When the agreement say only people and they for release them, then they do anything. I'm not for what can ECOWAS Parliament. People and they lavish Chief Minister people money, they go pay for prisoners, then put you. They release them. The one the way agreement say that they release, until now they not release them. Then they call APC for go sit down at table with people like that, then they die in a jail, then they suffer in a jail. They don't they talk about that. And they're serious for the implementation. We get a lot of things the way they are the agreement of national unity. We get a lot of things the way they know they do. And they want to give picture as if they do.
Honorable, are you as opposition leader in a parliament or member of the opposition, don't they engage with government for put them concerns here where you get so or where they raise sooner?
Severally. We don't even meet His Excellency the President on some of them concerns they are what it is so. We don't work a helter-skelter. You know, later they know all the implications of the law before they went into the agreement of national unity. In the agreement of national unity, they stipulate say, una for release the one they want arrest. Up till now, it's over 1 year now. Jail time save them in the run. Some of them for don't complete the jail time. You know how many people that when a comrades of APC where they exile, where they not get main camp? You they talk about peace. Now una get forget the willingness. Now una get for demonstrator. Who just they go sit down no more permitting for money to net, they are not willing for do it una for do. Then you want to go regulate waiting me for talk na ECOWAS parliament. No, they don't
what thing they expect?
We they expect it. Like when we don't put na the agreement say, then one day when they arrest on or before, let them left them free the whole. The one the way they get politically motivated cases, let them left them. The one the way let them show some amount of commitment, not to APC no more for they do things then. Not to APC no more for they say this, now this. When they talk APC do them, then know they do something instead that they come. Even the backlogs they whether forgive the one the way they agree, on a document. Up to now they're not here. You see, so there is a whole lot of unpreparedness on government side. And I don't think they don't let us in talk. And then the chief minister, the question me say, why I forgot talk say, fly salon, he go up, he pull smoke, they can't land back. He say, I don't forgot talk. I say, like seriously? I can wait if you say I for. I dey represent the people there. I'm not representing chief minister. And chief minister does not have the right to question my representation. I'm not answerable to him. And I feel that they don't think well inside. Say, he no get right for question me. I'm not working for him. Nobody regulates what I do. I represent the people left.
Thank you very much, Honorable Abdul Kargbo, for joining me in today's edition of the program. Good morning, Salon.
Maybe Honorable
yes.
provide this response so we will
Honorable listen online.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, this is an instance where Honorable is misinforming people intentionally. Number one, Honorable a member of parliament that we all elect the parliament. Honorable answerable to me as a citizen, and I tell Anande, say me as a citizen, every citizen get right to call any MP in this country and tell and say na so if for do or not so if for do. But he seems to think that not only the APC people then we put and they now you're answerable to. Honorable, as I told you, you're answerable to me as a citizen of this country, not as chief minister. And me as a citizen, I have a right to call any MP in this country and tell and say, this is my opinion. Honorable go talk now, ECOWAS say, air salon not safe, so make them pull air salon flying. Only people know they fly now. Where Brussels Airlines, where you no go? I tell her, I say, oh, I don't care about Brussels. Na air salon, I don't care about. So, he go talk publicly, and at this now we say air salon not safe, make them pull, make people they not fly air salon. It's not right. As a citizen, I think he's depriving the country of those, and I tell Anande. But back to, because Honorable know they attend meeting, he no say APC, all the people that we been there, the 13 people that we say 100 so, APC they own list what them bring out to win at 13 been there. They don't free them. Honorable no know that they say the list where APC can with, they don't free them. So how, if you been there attend meeting and tripartite meeting not to Tuesday no more day, and I sure so we'll go take attendance, plenty attend that you know they attend parliament, they attend anyway tripartite day. If you think say this is so important for you, you be able to take 2 hours come on a parliament can tripartite meeting, but you know why they do that day. He's not attending meetings, like I said. Meetings are not just on Tuesdays. You can take 2 hours to come to show up. If he did, if we don't know, say, we government don't free the people, then we did it. The list where APC give. backlog, we say na parliament today. Man, now make a glad the way you say if they engage in company in a parliament. And I think it's really one of those things where we as leaders have to be honest with each other. They get right for talking about government and preparedness, na in opinion and they, but can't show up. I get right as a citizen for call any MP and tell them actually not to regulate, but tell them my opinion because the Parliament of Sierra Leone represents us as citizens. Me and him, we get this conversation explicitly.
Okay.
So I personally, I engage all the time, online, in social media groups. So the relationship with between the Honorable, a very cordial one, very opposing views, and I think say Honorable for show up. Honorable, I call him by the way, we get meeting today in the State House, Tripartite, 3 o'clock. Honorable, I beg now for show up today, 3 o'clock. Mogo presents the independent functional review to His Excellency.
Alright, again, still get for do with relationship. We see recently also you write about cell bearing ground, and also you say it's Alexei, Freetown bearing ground them FCC plants them 2 million tick them a party in council not able to take care of. What do you mean, Depa?
I say council, I say FCC. FCC is one of the worst managed institutions in this country.
How?
FCC tell us in the plans tree them. We not see them. Then they say they get tagged them. FCC now they're responsible for taking care of the bearing ground. All waiting I they say, and I put her in quotes and I reference FCC. I say me party in council. Me and me party who will go Tripartite to call me BFF. Now me BFF.
What's that BFF?
Best friends forever.
Okay.
Now me party. But I say in council, meaning not to aim as a person. Who gonna Wilberforce bearing ground? Ibushi te Ibushi. Yes, me party then say, well, you know, for post so look, with the post, with the share ideas, with the engaged citizens, so that they can be curious, so that they can participate. We are connecting with the citizens of this country. Then say, you know, chief minister, you know, for do that day. Me na chief minister, me na young man, me na leader. I dey listen to people there.
Okay.
Where I post say, let them hold am. Mayor say the Kermigo police for physical incitement of violence. Na slang. Let them hold you. Na slang.
Apa you mean, Depa?
No, so I think I post say now one WhatsApp group. Somebody say the mayor then the cell bearing ground. So 914, you know, it goes lead the country. Let them hold am. It's an expression meaning let them as in it loose. You know, man, like not to abuse, but I don't think say understand.
Okay.
So he attack me publicly, say in the write me letter for cyberbullying, they say they carry me go for physical, they say that incitement of physical violence. But to be honest, Wilberforce bearing ground. Ibushi.
But you don't see the other bearing ground there?
Yeah,
Fence and other things they were in
When you talk about Ascension Town, if you go there, now that road there, if you see the place then we did, not to me talker. Now people then say that FCC give them.
Okay.
I didn't say these things. I'm not making them up.
Alright, Chief Minister, again, serious things we happened recently get for do with on the spot check of the Ministry of Education, wherein people only interpret the way how the Deputy Minister interact with a 45-year-old
Sure.
woman. Plenty people say the Deputy Minister ridicule that woman there.
I think this is a really good point. Maybe my talk and Creole. What would do we work as government official then, cameraman then they did? That minister did not to the first and single time that we don't do this monitoring. That we responsibility for monitor exams or reduce malpractice. That minister they be known at one school, 1 hour, it solve problem the day on camera. They go to another school, they monitor on camera because we they bring governance to the people. They see malpractice. Now, there's a difference between school ones and private ones. School ones get continuous assessments. 30% of your score now because you go SS1, SS2, SS3. That woman there, inside the video when me see, the minister no halapana, he no threaten her, he no intimidate her, he ask her what's in her name, what's in her age. If now they go SS1, SS2, SS3. Now in what they do?
So you don't listen to the woman in your own part during the video?
Now, it answer the question then. Oh, I've been there SS1, oh, Mina 28, oh, Mina 45. Clearly, this is not malpractice. We not go to say as a country, we want to reduce exam malpractice. Then we say, not because of an age. We get, if, as an example, when they live, minister been they live, then it been be say, he ask that woman there, and that woman they say, yes, I go SS1, SS2, SS3, yes, I can't with this transition result. If we don't glad for him, we all for the glad, say, hey, better we don't show down this line of development. But not just because people then want for make and like say, how we go punish somebody for doing work? We still want to reduce exam malpractice. This is not a form of malpractice. Now I understand the point about, well, the school administrator, well, the teacher, well, the other people there. It is true, governments, they investigate. But this was not staged. It was on the spot, live, not to inseminate and publisher. And it just become a coincidence of somebody where they're doing work.
Okay, Chief Minister, before we round up the program, what did happen or what are the latest on Kwedu Limited?
Governments, they respond. Governments get appropriate channels for respond. Labor, mines, AG, then they do appropriately.
Would they round up the program? Would they round up of the note we start with? After you work now different ministries, departments and agencies, then concerns then come up, like Cottage, one of the hospitals we go, then get issue of PIN code, then get issue of promotion, then get issue of light. In that Iwaka, all the way catalog, when will they see Chief Minister start for take action on them?
Immediately. The next day, now, one of the people, then, by the way, are glad. So many positive things then come. With now in this country, with a trained OBGYN and doctor, then Naya, they're not they left for go anymore. I meet them, some of them they. One of the things we will see, because of with free healthcare, but the woman in the Komote Guinea for Kaya for take advantage. Not right, but then they do an emergency. So Bele woman in Boku did because rain they can we say them go build space from where they can just for visit. They already don't begin the energy. Governments they continue for expand solarization of hospitals. Action or as me if I go on side as I see problem they solve it immediately.
Alright, CM. Again, we see a post on partial ban on salon from the US.
Oh yes, the partial ban on visa for salon from the US. Now because for them category of visa then, student visa, tourist visa, then people then they overstay. Data day on possible they get visa where they go overstay. So we salon people then we don't get visa for travel. We go now then category then we overstay now make them punish. There's a 90-day window and action then they will need for take, but we as the people also need for take responsibility.
So this time around not true say salon get visa restriction because initially when this news been
partial, yeah, but well not been denied, then it was being considered. Yesterday President Trump approved that recommendation there for say partial visa restriction for salon primarily because of overstay now then category then they not linked to any other policy
so
or government.
What thing will they do as governments for engaging their counterparts?
What would they I would engage with the embassy and with the US government, but now we all responsibility say do ya if you get visa we go as tourists do ya no go overstay because we go left yonder you make all the other people there now like with students and we want for go they not able to go because they were the one that we been go don't go did it.
Thank you very much for joining me in this edition of the program, Chief Minister Dr. David Sengeh.
Thank you.
In this edition of the program, we talk about plenty issues them, and it's a pleasure having you in the program. Good morning, Salon. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
When I good the curtain of the program, Good Morning Salon, we come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Plenty thank you to producer Michael Sambula with support from Yenokabe and Mange Mansari. Plenty thank you to John Kamara, DJ Sugarcane, Wegi technical support. Plenty thank you to Fatmata Samurai and Jaffa Mans Davis. Make on see you live on Facebook. So to meet another time, my name is Usman Kamara. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Right, plenty thank you to Usman Kamara and Musa Kamara for being come this edition of Good Morning Salon. Can to you, especially